Okay, welcome back everybody to more Roadwarden. So let's get right to it. Let's see, I didn't expect to find an inn out of this size in a place like this. Let's go. Alright, let me... so you know a thing or two after all. His mocking tone is soon replaced by a gentle smile. It was built long before we arrived. It didn't work out well for the previous owners. Once the war ended, they left. Not enough travelers. Bad trade. The villages stick to themselves. We, however, came prepared, and now we're prospering. When you ask him how they can afford all the supplies, he runs his fingers through his dark hair. I'm not against running an inn, but we don't rely on guests. We're the ones doing all the trading. My hunters are a clever bunch and stay safe in the forest. In exchange for furs, claws, and bones, we get what we need, and more. Both from the south and the north. He relaxes in his chair. We have a good life here. We spent a whole lot on armor, crossbows, lumber, spears, but in another 10, maybe 20 years, we'll have enough savings to move to Hovlaven and not work for another day of our lives. We take risks, but smartly. The team is stronger than ever, and I have big plans for us. Huh, they're probably going to die at some point. Let's see, it's surprising to find a purple-skinned man so far in the north. Is there a good story behind the inn's name? Let's go with this. It's surprising to find a purple-skinned man so far in the north. I ain't seen a soul looking like this since my ma died. He shrugs. It's not a fascinating tale. Let's just say I wasn't a part of the invasion. Yet I'm glad it freed all those who were chained by the cities and their corsairs. He looks at the wall. I'm Leizan, by the way. No, that's an I. I'm Easan. Aisan? I'm going to call him Aisan. I'm Aizen, by the way, but I rarely hear the name. Huh. Is there a good story behind the inn's name? What is the inn's name? I might have forgotten. I mean, there's a story, but not a good one. He clears his throat. For years I wanted to have an inn called Pelt, but in my city, it would be in bad taste. Huh, I would guess so. Taverns and inns, named with a single word, were cheap, had a nasty reputation. There was the Claw, and Mugger, Basilisk, and Blissful, I think. The good places used at least two words: empty barrel, a rose and a hamlet, Empress. That's just. Oh, wait, that's Empress's smile. Yeah, that's supposed to be the possessive. Pighead was the exception. It was a real dive, he chuckles. In my soul, it's still just a pelt. Pelts are what we came here for, and what will make us reach our goals. Okay. About Glacia's band. Yeah, that's supposed to be that bandit boss. He freezes, observing your hands silently. Oh, he wants me to get the answer from the mayor of Howlers then. Okay, I'm on it, whatever. So I can't ask that again? Any rumors worth sharing? He crosses his arms. I don't like to talk about people who ain't nearby. Show me first that you're someone worth changing habit for. Okay, that's all I need. I guess I'll go outside then. Or can I sleep? Do I need to sleep? I have to be careful about my Numa. Oh, and rest. Let me click on that. Oh, you automatically rest. They don't tell you you'll rest for this long and... Oh, actually, they do. Okay. You'll spend the entire night, the day taking care of smaller chores and allowing your cell and soul to rest. I guess I don't really need that. Let's go back. Okay, that's all I need. I'll go outside. Let's see. You step outside, so Dalil is... let me hear clicking of fuel clear from the armorer's workshop. Huh. I thought I could just leave, but I guess I can't leave yet. Let's talk to guards. The woman in yellow armor is kneeling next to a brown, hairy boar, which is resting on its side. The beast is not as large as the dark ones from the forests. It responds to the touch of the human's hand and brush, with grateful grunting and rapid twitches of a hind hoof. No matter how friendly it appears, it's still tethered to the wall, to the well. So I'm also by the well, and you have no doubts that its charge would leave Sodal dead in a breath. So it's somewhere over here. Okay, when the woman notices you, she steps forward, to the boy's disappointment. So, the new road warden? She points at a window with her chin, forestalling the question. We don't need anything now, but when we travel with our furs, we can use some assistance. She may be around 30, but her warm voice and bright smile are camouflaging the touch of time on her unpowdered face. Like many red-haired people with freckles, her skin is unhealthily pale. The boar runs up to her, observing your boots and fruitlessly sniffing for food beneath the beaten ground. She pats its back, but maintains her focus. How about a game or two? We have a bit of time and we can talk a bit about this and that. Maybe you'll get a couple of coins, or lose one. She winks. We could play dice or throw axes at a target. How good am I at that? Let's see. Yeah, I've got no experience on anything. This is gonna gambling experience. Huh. Alright, let me think. Axe throwing, I probably can't beat her with no experience. So let's play some dice. Your arrival, and especially the dragon bone you pull out, are cheerfully welcomed. Two of the guards bring a table from the inn. Another one prepares a couple of stools and chairs. There are also spectators, and you're told that the other hunters are either sleeping or have duty on the tower. Remember, no magic, says one of the players. His face is deadly serious. I wonder if I could actually do that. The game is new to you, but in no way baffling. 4 people can play at once. The wooden dice are long. That wasn't the dragon tooth? Dragon bone? That might be the thing I'm wagering or something. Let's see, the wooden dice are long with only 4 dotted faces. Every time someone wins a round, they get a point, and the person with the most points at the end of the game wins all the coins. As you play, you don't feel like you have much control over the results. I blend in with the group. You share some casual jokes, memories and views on luck and optimal strategies. Sodal and Tulia's camp are also brought up, but when you ask about the roads or the locals, their stories are vague. The drinks are here. It's a poor beer made from the leftovers after the regular brewing. It's cold, sweet, and doesn't reach your head, but you try to avoid the smell. Just don't spill anything. The boar may get sick, says your bald opponent. In just a few minutes, you get 2 points, which are now represented by smooth pebbles. Blah. It's early in the morning. You don't really know how you got them. Either you don't get the strategy or it's just pure luck. Let's see how lucky I am. Ah, dang it. Your score is the lowest. You move a dragonbone to the bold, quiet man with wild nostrils, who has the grin of a wolf. After the table and the chairs are moved back into the building, the guard in yellow asks if he can help you with anything. We already played today, can't play again. My money's melting away, I don't have that much money. Have you ever been at the heart of the woods? We sometimes hunt down south from here and there. There are good hunting grounds in the western half. The second one is too overgrown. Maybe the soil is different. She shrugs, then moves the hair away from her forehead. But it's a risky spot. There are tree ants there, and wolves, even the furless ones. And if you have to go through the tall grasses, watch out for what's on the ground. There ain't many archers in the trees. She smiles as if it's a joke, but there are all too many worms, even larger than a water leech. Now tell me about yourself. Oh, what was that? After a brief giggle, her voice gets cold and serious. Nah, Road Warden, we use names and stories among friends. You ain't one. But didn't I just lose gambling games to you? Don't make me tempt curses. Doesn't trust me enough. Okay, I was foraging for berries for the innkeeper. She chuckles. So I've heard. Don't worry about it. Usually we forage by ourselves, but we wouldn't ask you for a dragon. For a dragon? Okay, I think I get it. For a dragon for a meal. It's kind of we'll ask you to pick berries, but we won't ask you to get a dragon. He gives small jobs to people all the time, just to see who agrees to do them. Wants to judge who's of use and who's too proud for their own good. Okay, how about questions about this place? Not much to tell, honestly. Thanks a lot. There are many beasts around, both wild game and dangerous monsters. We spend our time surrounded by these walls, leaving only to hunt, forage, or trade. Huh, that's a lot of questions. Okay, that's an unusual tower. I'd expect it to be closer to the gate, and shorter. Yeah, it is really tall. It couldn't even see the front gate. Like in Hovlaven? Fair, but it ain't here to protect the gate. This stronghold was built long before we moved in, and not to fight off humans. The tower was meant to be used by those who observed the deep forest. We look out for fires, dragons, and any winged creatures that are looking to roost on the roof. Excuse me. Baldy. She nods towards a man who, indeed, is completely bald, has a great eye, and sees well even in darkness. Okay, any interesting creatures nearby? Ha, here? Everything lives here. She flips her hair. I swear, we saw a few dragons, a unicorn family, a battle between trolls and goblins, faced two beastmen. Oh, and a gargoyle. And a hunting queen saw it all the time. I could tell you all about them, but I won't. She winks and pats the boar on its head. You know, humans have their secrets. Fine, keep your secrets. Your group seems to be quite attached to this boar. How could you not be? She crouches and raises the boar's head, but it steps away and squeals as if someone's murdering it. It came with us from the city, just in case. We had no clue how our first winter would go, so we needed some backup meat. And it works, too. Cleans the dirt. She reaches out to the beast again, but it trots away. The woman straightens up with a pleased sigh. We haven't needed to eat it so far, but it's also funny. I learned in my home village that the farm boars are getting a bit smaller and more cuddly, kind of like ibexes, or ebexes. So it's not such a wild, dangerous beast. But we don't let it get too close to other animals or children. Okay, what do you usually hunt for? Anything we can eat or sell. If there's a partridge, a squirrel, or a rat, we don't complain. But when we move as a group, we look for something larger. Deers and aurochs are delicious, but we don't always look for taste alone. There's value in bones, antlers, claws, tusks. These people really like to list things. Things people use to make tools or sculptures, or houses, or clothes, or hangers. We use some of them to make tools and spears, or swords, or... Can you stop doing that? You can never have enough spears. She pauses and looks at a strand of her hair, then suddenly speaks up again. And we look for furs, of course. Okay, we're still going. There's something about necromancers. What can I find north from here? I'm sorry, we don't really go to those regions. We stay close to home. Only sometimes move south or west, to Hallersden, but only to trade. They're fine with buying more than they need, since they then take wares to the coast. Blah. She takes a long breath, twirling her hair and gathering her thoughts. You know what? I've never even seen a beach, and I've been living here for how many more than 10 years now? Huh. She giggles. Giggles. The only part of the sea I've seen was from Old Pagos, which is placed on the hill. I've never put a toe in salt water. She looks toward another huntress, who confirms that her experience is the same. But Old Pagos is a good place. As long as you don't mock their order and act nice, they'll also be kind. Boss says they're too serious for him to stand them, but at least they don't bite without a reason. Huh. I thought the boss here was supposed to be super serious. Have you heard anything about the necromancers? It's something new. Her voice lowers to a whisper. I've never been to White Marshes, but over the years we've seen people moving away from there, south. They told us that the place has changed too much. A priest died, I think. And the new one awakens the dead. Sorry, Roadwarden, that's all I know. If she's hiding something, she sounds convincing. Thanks. Observes you with a hand casually resting on her hip. I'm looking for knowledge about the wild creatures now. Well, I told you our knowledge is valuable. I don't know. She looks at the boy, which seems to be obsessed with a clump of grass growing next to the wall. 15 dragons, no less. Oh, right, dragons was the name of the money. Is there any discount for friends? Well, depending on the friend. She gives you a radiant smile. Let's say 14. If it's too much for you, maybe ask me after you spend some time around. Show us what you're capable of. Or play dice with us when you have an hour to spare. These folks here. She starts to whisper to and points with her thumb at the guards behind. They crave gossip. Yeah, I'm too poor for that. Never mind. Can't do that again, so I walk away. Now that was the guards. Do I really care about the armor? I can't afford anything. Might as well. You walk past the well and find a small open shed, not unlike the stable, but with a humble set of tables. Huh, that rhymed. Carving tools, hammers, sharpening stones, pincers, knives, and other tools. As long as something can be solved by brute force, or ingenuity, or just stop that, this place will find a way to do so. There are two people sitting on a long bench. The first one is a male with maybe inch-long hair, a cleanly shaven face, a thin, long yellow tunic, bare legs, and sandals. He ignores your presence, sewing a gambit with great concentration. The second person is a boy, maybe 15, who's wearing the crowed outfit of a farmer. He glances at you, but soon returns to sharpening a long dagger. Greetings. The man raises his head, but it's the boy who speaks, focused on his task. He ain't talking. Tell him what it is that you need. The man smiles in confirmation, looks at the piece of garment in his hands, then looks around, shrugs, and returns to you with a raised eyebrow. Okay, let's check it. I'm in need of your services. Trader unlocked. He nods, points at the laces in the front of your jacket, raises his clenched fingers to his shoulders, then gently spreads and lowers them, as if he's taking off a robe. You follow his command, and allow him to properly inspect your gambit. After a few minutes, he gives it back, then reaches for his pouch. He pulls out one dragon bone. Is that the money? Dragon coins, dragon crowns? I can't remember. Okay, he pulls out one dragon bone, shrugs, then another one, and waves both of them in the air, pursing his lips. He makes a few speech-like noises with his empty mouth, groaning what sounds like, I don't know. I don't understand. I guess I consider his offer. Wow, it was that damaged. In 1 hour, your jacket will be carefully patched up. Wow, is this no that? What is my jacket? Okay, let's go back for a second. Let's check inventory. Here it is, equipment, gambit on. Okay, I clicked on it. Huh. Gentle piece of armor, so they protect the wearers. This is all kind of basic stuff known as gambit on. They are commonly used for not in the best shape, but I can't understand what the shape is exactly. Huh, interesting. What? I right-clicked because there was some kind of yellow stuff all around this thing. I have no idea what I just did. Okay, I guess I'll probably leave it. I've done nothing so far. Let's see, could you patch my clothes if they were torn? He shakes his head and points at the uneven seams on his own tunic, then grabs a crude bone needle and shows you its broken head. He wouldn't even if he had the tools, says the boy, but you can try in Helder's Den or Gale Rocks. I look at the youngster. Learning the trade, I see. Kind of. He answers reluctantly, but his teacher pats his knee, giving him a harsh look. The kid clears his throat. Yes, but we both ain't masters, you see. There's not a soul to teach us, so once I'm ready, I'll try hunting instead. Fixing things for others is boring. The man grunts a sound, though you don't understand it. Seeing your face, the boy chuckles. He said safe. Let's meet in the middle. Boring, but safe. The man nods. Huh. Okay. Am I going back to the well? I didn't go to the well the first time. The recently renovated wooden roof covers the well from rain and birds. One of the guards is enjoying the cold. Yeah, definitely have to say from birds. One of the guards is enjoying the cold drink he drew with a bucket and tells you to use only as much water as is necessary. You need at least one piece of bathing equipment to get out more out of this place. Yeah, I can't do anything here. I step away. Uh, do I just leave? How do I leave? Whoops. Okay, that button actually takes me to the inventory. Oh yeah, the travel button. Okay, I guess we'll just leave here then. Missed. Alright, so... Oh, what was... They really expect me to remember stuff. Oh yeah, what time is it? Okay, 11 hours before dusk, so I've got plenty of time. Wow, they expect you to remember this stuff. I probably should have done that. Actually, oh, kind of out of time right now, so we'll go ahead and continue this next time. So, goodbye!